Hey there guys, so it's September 13th and I'm making some progress little by little, just to show you guys where I'm at. I fabricated up, well, I'm not quite finished here, there's still lots yet to be done, but I made up my brackets. It actually pivots pretty well, moves up and down, it's got lots of motion for range motion, and get a better look here. So these have a little notch in them. I'm gonna have a pin that comes down and latches in from this side, and essentially it'll be latched from this way and this way, and I'll have a pin go through. Got a piece of square tubing. This is welded, just tacked on the inside corner. It's flush on the back. That way it makes up the gap distance or difference. And well, this plate goes all the way along, and I got it tacked again back here. I'm planning to weld all the way along this whole bottom seam on both sides. This is welded in and it's got a pin, and the front has a bolt and it has a nut. It's 3/4 inch. It's quite heavy duty. I figure this should be alright, hopefully, because it's going to want to twist and bend and whatnot, so this will be the weakest spot, I think, in the whole thing. Worst case, I could run some angle iron along the back of here just to help beef it up. The idea is the side covers will still go on and cover up most of this. These guys here should still be able to, once I get it, you get the idea. Anyway, this is gonna kind of go up back. If I can get the thing out from here. Pay attention. Yeah, you get the idea. It'll cover up the majority of the frame of it. That's not really what I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to expose it so you could see it, but at the same time, once you put that on there, it'll kind of look half decent. This is all going to be repainted and, one color instead of 3 different colors going on, but it's getting there. So, oh, and I got a cab. Was just browsing one day and I saw a tractor on Kijiji. There was a Bolens Eliminator series. The guy had the cab with the whole tractor with the blower and the lawnmower deck, and he was parting it out or trying to sell it for cheap. And I said, okay, well, are you interested in selling the cab and the wheel weights? And either way, I got that for a pretty good deal. Here's the cab. So it's not perfect, or a little bit yellowed, but it's got a fiberglass top, which is in pretty good shape. I think there was a light there at one point, a little light. And then, yeah, that's the front with the windshield wiper, and it's actual glass. And then the frame, that used to go to the steering wheel, right there. And it would have this bolt kind of squishing that clamp down, and I'm going to have to change that. And it's nothing I can't really figure out. I've already gone this far with the blower attachment. So, yeah, that's coming along. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that are wondering, how come you didn't go to the factory mounts on the axle? Well, because the axle pivots side to side. I didn't really want the blower to pivot side to side, because that would make everything a hell of a lot more complex. And, well, the snowblower that I had on this, or sorry, the 1556 with the snowblower mounted to the axle, it was stock Bolens. And I wasn't really a fan of the way that it, you know, followed the ground there like that. It made really weird snowblowing patterns. The driveway would always have washboard almost to it. It got really bumpy. So I figure maybe this will keep it more straight and true. I know the back of the tractor will depict the rest of what the snowblower is going to do, but I figure because the thing is 7 feet long, it should work just fine. So I'll have to put that tarp back, but yeah, you get the idea anyway. There's still some gap in between on either side here for that latch, and I might actually double up the thickness of this plate, but it's not like it has to take a lot of force side to side. It's more front and back, really. So, and I this is a pretty beefy piece of steel. You know, it's real thick. It's off a Cub Cadet, actually. Yeah, that was a mule drive attachment piece. There we go. That might be a little bit better with that light. So, yeah, now you get the idea of how that works. There's the bolt going through into a nut. The same on both sides. I might end up putting a little flange here, like a little angle iron on both sides with a nut welded, so that way I could actually put something across here and bolt it to keep these with a plate rigid. But I want it to be boltable. Everything has to be able to be unbolted and bolted back up, so that way you can take this off. I don't really want to just go welding everything solid and then, you know, you're not able to go back, really. At least this way you can take this bolt out, that pin out, those 4 bolts out holding this piece, put the original PTO back in, and still use it as a stock Bolens PTO setup with more power to it. So this is where I'm at right now anyways. I had to take off, there was a tab right there, you can see the weld. I had to cut it out. Originally there was a tab for the lift mechanism, and it went down below the snowblower, down underneath there, and it, you know, would be push and pull to lift and lower this, but that was hitting the ground and not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to get a piece of frame, come up. I'm not sure if I'm gonna tie it in with this and then have a rod come back to the stock point. So it'll be similar to the original Bolens blower with the lift mechanism, I think. That's what I'm gonna go for. Still not 100% sure yet, but yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with this. It works. You know what, maybe while I got this camera rolling, let me take this tarp out of the way so it doesn't get sucked in. Maybe we'll start this up. That way you guys have a first glimpse at this thing. Let's see if it'll start. Let's get myself into a safer position and pull a little bit of choke, because they're backwards. The throttle's over here and the choke's over there now. That's off. Turn it on. Auto is already on. Oh, battery's dead. Alright, well, you're gonna have to plug in the battery charger. Sorry there, guys. Next video, I promise you'll see it spinning and running. It's getting closer. Just gotta get things dialed in and finish welding, and then get that cab on. So, till the next time, guys, have a good one and stay tuned. It's coming along. Bye bye.